Welcome to the Impact Speaker Podcast. We're all about the speaking industry. We'll share how to create, position, and package your message so you get paid as a professional speaker. I'm your host, Daryl Ross. Thrilled you are here. Do me a favor, please hit subscribe to our podcast. Also, YouTube, if you're watching on YouTube, share the links with friends. Helps the channel out. Thank you so much. Today's topic, so you're hired to speak. Now what? It's the fun part, right? The client reached out and said, you're the speaker they want to go with. So what do? You know, many of you know that I train from the mindset of all the things I wish I had, wish I knew when I started speaking. Some of this might seem like common sense, but not always common practice. What do you do next? You're excited, you hang up the phone or you read the email. So let's walk through exactly what you do after you're hired. Number one, schedule your client meeting. Now, many of my fellow colleagues, speakers often go, wait, Daryl, get paid first. Look, I got that. It's coming in a moment. But I think for me, I want it kind of on the calendar. I want a meeting scheduled coming up in the next couple of days or a week to where we can kind of go through the conference, the content, all the particulars, so it feels more concrete that we're doing this. So make sure you schedule your client meeting. And we're going to talk all about the impact of the client meeting, what to do and say in a different episode. But for now, just make sure you schedule that client meeting. Number two, you want to have options for payment. So here it is, you're getting paid. So whether you are the type that gets just a down payment or whether you get the entire thing up front, many of you do that, you want to have different options. And I'll be honest, when I first started, it was just send me a check. That's kind of how it all worked. And in this day and age, you want to have more options. I run most of my business through Kajabi. So you've heard of Kajabi. By the way, we'll do an episode on different platforms to run your business as well. I like Kajabi. It's all in-house. So when I started, you had to send me a check, right? Then I moved up and I started using PayPal, which is kind of good, but that was about it. So now I can, take check. We can do PayPal, direct deposit. I had a client that used a credit card, no lie. Now they're all different. So you want to have the flexibility that you can get paid however they need to pay you. So whether it's credit card, direct deposit, Stripe, PayPal, you can do that. So make sure you have options for payment. And number three, you want to provide a speaker pack. Now this can be in a folder. It also can be separate emails, but you want to provide them the speaker pack. Now, obviously we'll start off with things like the simple agreement. I have a great course out. By the way, I'll put a link in the description on this. And the great part about the speaker agreement, in my course, I provide you a professional speaker contract that you can use for your own speaking engagement. So it's important that you have that. When I first started, I didn't have a speaking engagement. I didn't have a contract to give them. I had to kind of run around to find something. So you want to have your speaker agreement. Make it kind of simple. Don't make it look like it came from a huge law firm, but there should be some particulars in there to protect you and them for this engagement. But have your speaker contract ready. Mine's pretty simple. As a matter of fact, I have a digital signature on my contract to where it's already ready. All I have to do is put in the amount that we agreed to, the date, and then their name. Send it off and they sign off. So it's pretty simple. Make that happen. Next, you want an invoice. That's separate than the agreement. They use that for their payment processing and for accounts payable. So have an invoice. Once again, in my course, I kind of share how you can get that for free. You want to have that and a W-9. That's part of the financials of you getting paid. Now, once again, I have W-9 kind of already pre-populated with my information in there. All I got to do is put the new date, digital signature, and boom, I send it off. So all of that is available. Have that ready to go. But on the next level of what you need is more the creative side. And that starts off with a high-res photo. Yes, you need to send them a photo. Don't make them go on your website or online to find it. Send them a high-res photo. And you want to have something a little more updated. I've seen this happen a lot where a speaker sends a photo or the company grabs one from online. It's from years ago. You don't even look like that anymore, okay? So send something that's more reasonable to how you look now. You want to send your photo for sure. You also want to send a biography. Now, the bio is a little longer. Many of you have these on your websites. If you don't, I'm going to get you one where it really describes more of your journey, about you, maybe your family, how you started off being a speaker, what empowered you to get to where you are. It's a great way to get to know you, and that's more for their edification for their team members. Maybe they're going to put that in their intranet or market you. That's more of a longer bio form. But the last piece is an introduction. That's different. So make this clear. Many people mix these up. The bio is not an introduction, all right? And I found out the hard way. I was doing a speech years ago, and I didn't send an introduction. So the client got up there to introduce me. You know what he did? He read my entire bio. I was like, oh my goodness, Daryl, send them an introduction. Couldn't believe it. Another time that I can think of, someone that I know who speaks in the youth market, and he's fantastic, but part of his speech, he kind of drops on the kids at the end that he was homeless, he lived in shelters and ate out of trash cans, and now look where he is. But he saves that for towards the end. But it is in his bio, and so what happened, because he did not send the client an introduction, the client got up there and read off the bio and already spoiled the surprise that, and he was homeless, he ate out of trash cans, was in shelters, all the things. So it kind of ruined the setup. That might be the same thing for you. So here's an example. I'm going to read off actually my introduction. You might have one similar to this, but this is all that I have them say as part of the introduction. I say, Daryl Ross is a former Fox 5 News reporter and one of the most requested motivational trainers. He's appeared on numerous TV networks, including Travel Channel, E! Entertainment, and PBS. This past year, Daryl was the keynote speaker for Caring Communities Nursing Conference, the Lakeland Regional Health Conference, Mercedes-Benz, and Coca-Cola. He's the author of the Amazon best-selling book, Be the Light. Please welcome Daryl Ross. That's it. Now, I do change out some of the companies I spoke for based off of who I'm speaking for now, but that's really it. Nice and sweet, tight, send them that as well. So, quick recap here. So you're hired to speak. Now what? Number one, schedule your client meeting. Get that on the books. Make it real on the calendar. Number two, have options for payment. You just can't have them send you a check. Make sure they can do PayPal. They can pay by credit card, maybe direct deposit, but you want to have that for sure. Provide your speaker pack with your agreement, invoice, definitely W-9, then move into the creative side with your high-res photo, your biography, and a separate introduction. That should be about 10-15 seconds, and boom, you're on your way. So I hope this was helpful. If you want more information and more guidance on how you can be a professional speaker, I have a great online course called the Impact Speaker Roadmap. You will love that. 10 modules. Just walks you through A to Z on how you can be a professional speaker. Also give you speaker contracts, invoices, downloadable action sheets. You'll love that. It's all video based and kind of walks you through how you can go from being a beginner or novice speaker all the way to hitting those big stages. Check that out. The link is in the description in the bio. You'll want to see that for sure. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Stay blessed.